Good evening, everyone. It's such a joy to be with you today. I think this is my second session with Adamikie Pobi Mentorship Program. And thank you so much, Ms. Francisca Adamikie, for this opportunity. I thank you for the invitation to speak to your mentees. It's such an honor to find me ready to talk to people that you are mentoring. And it's a rare opportunity. I don't take it lightly. Sincerely appreciate you for this opportunity. And I also want to thank you for creating this safe space for young people to grow and learn, to be mentored. And I hope and believe that this is not going to be the last cohort. It's going to be something that I find with your busy schedule to do for our world. And I just hope all of you also join in on take some of these things very seriously, embrace it, and also replicate it. Do the same to people who would want to be like you or look up to you. To all of you who may be watching the recording later on, I also welcome you. I would say that this is a key thing, this is a key topic to look at in our age, digital age, because you do not need your digital readiness just for the world of work. You can also create um, side incomes or side hustles for you. This man speaking to you today is working 9 to 5, and at the same time is doing some digital jobs as a side income. I work fully remote in one of my my work engagements that is at Words Growth Consult. And so these digital skills are very much needful for not just your workspace, as what we normally would term career or professional work, but for some of the side hustles that you can. Today, focus is going to be on Workspace and how we can leverage on artificial intelligence. Some basic things that runs through almost most spaces of work. And I'm well informed of the kinds of people on this call. Some of you are in final years, some are national service personnel, and some are just entry level career people like I am. So I'm going to use instances that apply to majority of us. So how to apply for jobs, uh, how to write emails like that, and some key things that I believe will help you. I'll be sharing experiences from, you know, um, my experiences starting as an entry level professional. So let's just get into it. And in order not to talk too much, I'm not going to do much of a presentations like quite unusual of me, but I'll just delve straight into the Google Workspace. Here it goes. So I would like that you practice alongside with me as we do this. Because of our time, I may not be giving so much breaks for us to practice, but practice alongside. I'll make sure the recording is made available to you so that you can go through it again, pause where you need to pause, and then, you know, get your hands on what has been shared. But in the course of this live session, you can drop in your questions and I'm going to answer them at the end of the presentation and also in the course of the presentation where they may be. So straight away, let's launch Google or Gmail, and that's where we can find Workspace. Okay. Okay. So here we are in Google Chrome, and then you can log into your email. I'm going to use jessicannust@gmail.com. So my first tip to all of you, especially entry level professional or people seeking a job, is this. First of all, create an email account that is or that looks quite professional to work with in your workspace. Create an email account so you can see jessicannust@gmail.com. You can also use your work email if you're a professional already and you your workspace affords you the opportunity to have an email account, a personal email account tied to your workplace. I would advise that you use that. The second thing I would also advise is that get a new phone number for work related calls. It's unfortunate that in our part of the world, Ghana and Africa, many of the organizations you find yourself in will not give you a dedicated phone number for work related correspondence. So try and create one for yourself. It will be very helpful for your digital and mental health. Okay, create one for yourself. You don't need a new phone. You can use your own phone, but create a new, the same, purposely for work related correspondence and stick to it. If you're at workplace, work with it 8 to 5. If you are off work hours, you are off work hours because you need to also have time for other side stuff that you do. This will be very helpful for your digital and mental health. Okay, maybe some other time where we have the opportunity, we can share a few things on that. Create a new Gmail account. So, if possible, work related correspondence. You know, there's this saying that little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. And it's true. You'll be marveled at how your Gmail account will get full just within 1 to 2 years of working. To create a Gmail account, about 15 gig storage space, and work with it for work related stuff. If you are privileged to work in an organization that gives you, you know, the opportunity to have your personal emails with a lot of cloud storage, you just hook onto that. And I'm grateful to Kenwest. The Kenwest offers us Microsoft 365. It comes with about 1 terabyte cloud storage space, and that's good too. You may not have that in your organization, but to start with, create a Gmail account and work with that. So now let's log into our Gmail. I'm sure within this minute I've been talking, you are logged in already. When we talk about the Google Workspace, we are talking about this application in the Google. So we have the account where you can customize so many things. We have the Google Drive, your Gmail application where you send emails. We have the YouTube where you create videos for yourself. We have the Gemini that is Google's AI, artificial intelligence application. We have the maps for location and stuff like that. And the interesting thing about Gmail is that this is in sync with your mobile device. Could be on Android, could be on iOS, and whatever you do here reflects on your mobile device, and that makes life easier. You have the Google Search, you have Google Calendar, and you use Photos Meetings, which we are using for our program today. And you have the translate between languages. We have Google Sheets, which is just like Microsoft Excel, and I know you are familiar with Microsoft. We have the documents, which is which is similar to Microsoft Word. We have the slides, which is similar to PowerPoints. We have Google OneDrive, and then we have the shopping, Google Play Store. Then finance, which can help you track your finances, your spendings. You have the Google Keep to keep vital information. You have Art Center for advertisement. You have the classrooms to host courses and join programs that use Google Classroom. It's quite effective. You can give assignments there. You can assign things. You can put your presentations there. You can send announcements to the class and all that. We have the chats, not normally used now because we have WhatsApp and other things, but sometime we used to chat using Google Chat. You have the Earth, Seed, Arts, Travel, Forms, Google Password Manager that tries to save all the passwords that you have logged in on your phone, mobile device, or your PC using that particular Gmail room. You know, Logger, books, web store, and analytics. So for today's presentation, we are going to focus on Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Forms, Google Calendar, Google Meets, yeah, and the Gmail. So let's kickstart with the Google Docs, and we'll link it to the Drive and link it to Gmail as well. Mm. So I'm moving that. And so we're here, we're going to create a blank document. We can create from the template of the, yeah. So the interface looks like just Microsoft Word. I will not go so much into Mm. the basics that you already in Microsoft Word. So I'm going to just show you around your file, edit, and all that, which is also in Microsoft anyway. So you can give your file name here. Let's say report. And, you have these properties here, these file menus. You can make a copy or duplicate of this document with this, and you can share with other people. So here in the sharing, whoever you share has live access to what goes on the Google Workspace and can track the version history and all that. So let me share this with my personal email. In sharing this, there are options that I can use. I can either make Yaw Gyasi an editor to this document. I can make him a viewer who can only view what is there but cannot edit it. Can make him a commenter who can comment on what is in this document but cannot edit it. And I can give him editing rights. Then over here, do you want to notify him that you have shared this report with him? Or do you want to leave it blank? And in this way, it means he has to go to his Google Drive and find the document. So I'll choose to notify and add a message sharing a report on the field. And this is a link to the report. So I can copy this link and further share the link with um, the person on WhatsApp, any other social site. All right. And once this is complete, you can paste it in your WhatsApp, in your Gmail, whatever. So I'm going to send this report. It means I have given the person access to the reports. Now, before we go into the other things we can do here, I want to just use AI to generate a report, and then we'll continue from there. So you can use ChatGPT, you can use Gemini, any of them. So for this presentation, I'll use ChatGPT and then we'll head on. I think at the moment Gemini is having some issues trying to log in, but later on when these things are resolved, you can always use Gemini too. So generates a report. This is not an AI class, but it's part of the discussion today. So I'll try and just give you a tip of the iceberg. But I have a full tutorial on this on my YouTube, which you can check out later. So generate a report on field trip to, let me say, Ghana Water Company Limited, Headworks, to be sent to my supervisor. So what I'm keying in, so I'm giving it the prompts, and so I'm going to give you key things from the prompts that I've given the ChatGPT. And this applies to any artificial intelligence application that you would use, even if it's Meta AI. Generate a report on a field trip to Ghana Water, did Mampo Headways to be sent to my supervisor. This is where I had my internship anyway. You would act as a reporter and report this in no less than 500 words, stating some observations on the trip, made on the trip. So look at the key things here. I am asking ChatGPT to do something, giving it a command. Okay. In that command, I have stated the role that it should act as a reporter and report. In this report, I've given it expectation. I'm expecting about 500 words. So in whatever AI you are using, you must have a command. You must give it a role to something, and you must give it an expectation. In some cases, you can even add an output. You want it to output this in a Word document or in a PDF. You can put all that in. Then you go on to give it more information about what you want. So it gives you better results. So you want you're giving it brief things about the report. And I'm going to ask you to do something. Write this in UK English. That is also an expectation, not less than 500 words, but no more than 1,500 words. Avoid the use of M dashes, which I find so much with most of the AI language models. The M dashes, this find it, and commonly used AI jargons such as real, journey, bravery, and stuff like that. Once you say it, it knows what you mean. And you can give it a better prompt. You can find my video on YouTube and learn more from it. So I'll hit send and AI is going to give it this an M dash. Give me some outputs, which I'll copy and paste in my Google Docs and share with the relevant people. So my report is ready. I'm going to copy this into one. So here we And of course, just like in Microsoft Word, I can justify what I've done and all that. You can explore this. So I'm going to give this a heading. Okay. I'm going to make this a heading. So I'll change this down to heading one. I can update the one to suit what I've done. Then now I'll apply it. Once I do it that way, it becomes a first step. First step. Supposing every week you are going on field trips to take data from the field, You can be using this for your correspondence with your supervisor and be giving headings to each of the visits to different sites. Supposing the next visit was to say Odaso Headworks, it becomes the next heading. Or you can even move this to letter two and move this to the trip two. Sorry. So copy this heading and then put that on two and you can actually move this. So you can explore it. One of the key features I want you to note is that in the course of this report, supposing you want somebody to be comment on something, you can add a person by using your arts. I'm using shift and arts, shift and two, wherever art is on your keyboard. And then I can mention someone's email here. So let me mention YAGJC at gmail.com. It's not in my address book, that's why it's not showing. But once I mention him, it means that he'll be notified in his email. So he can also come and see what is happening here, you know. So those are some of the things you can do. And this is a very good way to work because it's collaborative enough. Whilst you are working, somebody else could be adding on to the reports and fine tuning it here and there to make it, you know, good and then timely delivery. So with this, we have explored Google Docs and then we have also explored AI. I mean, using ChatGPT for anything like this. And as I have said, this is already shared. So now, and you can view the version history. Okay. So it started June 18th, and you can view the times, you can view who added what and all of that in the report. So this will automatically be saved in the Google Drive. It automatically saved in the Google Drive. So that will lead us to the next step. Once I hit on my Google Drive, the report is one of the items in my drive and it's shared. So with this, we are going to go into Drive and what we can use Google Drive for. This same report I can download, I can share, and in Google Drive, I can organize the files. So I can go to my drive and I right click on my mouse and I'll create a new folder for official correspondence. And then once it's created, I'll just move this report into the official correspondence just to keep my workspace tidy enough. Okay, so I moved it to a wrong folder. Okay. And I can add on other files that I have that are work related. Let's say I can copy my presentation here. So I'm uploading a document from my PC to here, and then that is it. Also, you can go to new and then file upload, and then you can upload the document from your PC, your downloads, whatever. Then you can upload a whole folder You can do same with Google Docs and other things. Whatever you share, you will see the sign height. So this is not a shared document. It's private. It's on me, and then this one is a shared document. You see the version history, you see the size and all that. So basically, this is Google Drive, and I would advise you to keep your vital documents in Google Drive. It will save you lots from, you know, I'll share the story with you, very quick one. One time when I was on the road, and this happens quite often. Sometimes I'm on the road and then I have to share documents with someone, especially with the remote work I do. I publish books for people, I review books and all that. And there's been occasions where you're on the road and someone is at the print house and is having issues with 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 the document, the manuscript, and you have to share it again. Yeah. And so I just go into my Google Drive, uh, pull the document, and then I'm able to share whoever needs it. So those are some of the things. And at the workplace, sometimes maybe you may be in a workshop, in a conference or something, and documents may be needed for your workspace. Actually, my lab team and people I work with, they all correspond with me using Google Workspace, and it makes work easier and sometimes fun with it. Our schedules are used from Google Calendar. It makes life very easy. Not very, it makes life very easy. So it's a good thing to use. All of you have access to it with your Google accounts. And so I'll just advise that you maximize the use of it. It will help you prevent losses when there's a crash on your PC and things like that. So some of the key things you need to have on your right are your certificates, your CVs, transcripts, everything that you need for application should be ready on the go. Anytime that you need it, you should be able to, you know, bring it out. All right. Mhm. It should be that easy for you. So now from here, we're going into Gmail. We are going to send the reports that we have made to our supervisor. Still going to use AI, calling with Gmail to work. So now we have our documents, we have the correspondence, whatever. We're going to Gmail. And Gmail is open. I'm going to compose a new mail. I'm going to send this to the supervisor. But before then, just want you to know a few things that you need to get right with your Gmail account. This is for formatting. This is to attach files. This is for emojis, which is not needed for official correspondence. This is to insert files using Drive, insert photos, toggle confidential if you want to work confidentially. And this is to insert signature. All right. And so I want to show you some key things that you need to do in your Google account settings. So first of all, you need to insert a signature. I already have one. I'm going to show you how to create one. You go to settings. And I would like that you do this alongside with me. I want you to see all the settings. Click on see all settings. See all settings. The first thing that I want you to do is to delay the sending of your email so that when you make a mistake, you can quickly edit it and then edit it. Because once an email hits O, you cannot recall it like WhatsApp messages. So this is the first thing I want you to do on your Gmail setting. Gmail can give you up to 30 seconds to 30 seconds um, for you to edit or undo a sending of an seconds. And you can find that here, the general. undo send. So I'm going to change this from 5 seconds to 30 seconds. And I'll not go into the details of the others. You can change your picture here. I'm going to create a signature here. So you just go to create new and give a name to the signature. Let's say Ada corresponding because I have the KNUST. So in the Ada, I'm going to put my name, which is not so important now because email your name that is on the account. Then my position, um, say a virtual assistant, what you call so, and something. You can add your contacts and add your contacts there and add your alternative email, your office number or something like that. So this is just briefly, and I've added a link myself, so you can add your link tree here. And let me show you how you would hyperlink that. So I'm going to put it as about me, and I will hyperlink this either using this control key on the key, control plus K on the key. So this is going to lead to my link tree, and the link tree is what I put all my links, my social media links in there. So once you click on that, it's going to lead you to who Yaw Gyasi is. Sorry, there was a mistake here. So, I'm testing it to see if it works. So yeah, that's my link. And you can go to Linktree and create one for yourself and put all your pages together. So I've put that here, and that is now a signature to use. So I'll save it. Then there's also another option here, a vacation responder. If you are on leave or if you're on a vacation and you want Gmail to automatically send replies to people whenever you receive an email and create a message. You can still use AI to create that thoughtful and professional message. And then the subject line, if urgent, you can leave a phone number there. Right. I'm going to save these changes and post my email. So with this, I'm going to use my other signature. That is it. You can even insert images in your signature. You can go to Canva, explore that later on. I can't go into Canva with this tutorial. So you can go to Canva, and Canva is canva.com. And then use the free templates to generate an email signature and insert it also there. That's up to you. So I'm going to send this email to our supervisor, yajjc@gmail.com. And I would ask ChatGPT to follow up on this same chat. Generate a professional email message to send to my supervisor. Indicate I use shift and enter on my keyboard to move to the next line. Indicates that I have attached the report via my Google link. This one, because I'm not asking it to generate something sensitive, I don't really care about the prompt to continue with what I do. Okay. So it gives us a subject, submission of field. Every email you send must have a subject. It's more like a news headline, so that when your supervisor goes through his Gmail messages, sees the subject and can tell what the email is about. Then, dear sir or dear madam, if you know the supervisor's name, put it there. If it's to an office, to your HOD's office, to your lab manager's office, you can use dear sir or dear madam, because you're going to stay in that email for whoever will be position. But if it's to a personal email, you can say dear. In Ghana, people don't joke with their titles, so maybe dear Mr. Jesse or dear whatever. But I mean, dear first name is a professional thing to do. I hope this message or this mail finds you well. Please find attached via the link below my field report on the recent visit to blah 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 blah. And you can just use the term field report here. I'm going to insert it from the Google thing we did. So we'll attach a file, but not from our PC. This is going to be from Google Drive. So we'll search for what? Yeah. And add as a link. So that is already there. You could also type it here as field report and hyperlink it just as we did. So then link tree, go to Google Docs, copy this link. I'm making the person just the viewer. Yeah. I have copied the link and I can paste it here. So I put it, paste it here. Sorry. And that makes the field report accessible also. So this is one of the things you can be doing. I mean, I can just hit the send and go. And mind you, we made this 30 seconds. So if I want to retract the message within 30 seconds, I can undo and it will come back to my drafts and make the necessary corrections that I need to make on the message before I hit the send. Right. So now we will move on to Google Calendar and then yeah. So I'll say that Google Calendar is very helpful in the sense that it keeps you on track ahead of your day, things you need to do, so you can schedule them and you can schedule activities with people, set reminders to be sent to you either as email or notifications on your phone. And I use this in my lab. Every student that works on projects, I keep them on a schedule and they come per their schedule. And you can share documents even with the calendar as well. So normally we share the methodology so that you can go through ahead of time, and then they can use that to also fine tune their own methodology to work with you on that. And you can do this in whatever workspace you find yourself. So let's go into Google Calendar and how we can maximize this. Right. So still under the apps, go to Calendar, and Gmail will come with its own calendar uh, based on where you are. So Father's Day, it's there. If you're in Ghana, some of the Ghana holidays will be shown in there, and that helps you in your planning. Okay. So I'll show you how to create a task and how to create an event. But before then, let's look at the the sides to this. So a task is something you must do. An event could be some event you must attend, you must collaborate or work in, and things like that. So we're going to start with the event. Now, here they have created a new, what do we call it? Schedule, appointment schedule for people to also look at your free periods in your calendar and schedule meetings with you. So you can create a booking page and then people can book their time with you. But let's look at the event and tax for today. Some of the time you can look at the appointment schedule and you can also explore it. So let's say I have a meeting with supervisor, and that meeting is on Friday from 9 o'clock a.m. to 10 o'clock a.m. It's a weekly meeting to update him on my field trips. So I can add my supervisor's email here. Then, if it's going to be on Google Meets, we can create a link for it also. It's already created here for us for our email account. I'll copy the link and share. If there's no need. You can just leave it as such. Then under the description, agenda will be here. And in the agenda, discussion dates on field trip challenges if plan for the next. This could be our agenda. And then we can attach this field report, which can be hyperlinked using this control key, or we can attach the document itself, pick it from our drive, the report that has been attached. Now I want Gmail to send notification reminders. So here we can have an email notification, which could be, let's say, an hour before the time. Then we can add phone notification 10 minutes before the time, just a minute before the time. And Gmail will send you all these notifications. Over here, you can show what the guests can do. Can they invite others? Can they modify the event? If you don't want them to modify the event, you can take that option off. Can they see other guests on the list or not? only invite others. You can put all of that here. So that is with Google, and I'm going to discard this. You can use your mouse to create based on how the calendar looks. And this is the times. You can show this as a month. You can show this as year. Now that you can show just your schedules. So because there's no schedule on this Gmail account, you see only the public holidays. Now let's look at the task. So I share devotionals for um, one ministry every morning, and that's one of the things I used to keep what I do. So as a task, the devotional, you can put the devotional title there. The task will be there every morning based on the time you will be reminded with the devotional. And this is in sync with your mobile device. So you will see the notification real time on your phone if your Gmail account has been logged into your phone. It doesn't matter the platform you are using. If it's iOS, you can still do that there. So that's basically with the Google Calendar. And so we are also going to look at the meeting and then Google Forms. And okay, so with Google Meet, since we are already on the call, it may be difficult to use my camera, but I want to show some features. I will demonstrate it and you can explore it and pass on this. So we'll go to Meet. I'm going to start a new meeting, start an internal meeting, and you can add others by adding their email or invite them. You can copy this link and share on your platform with them. But I'm not able to use a command because I'm already using it in another application. But I want you to know some of the features here. In the course of the meeting, you can chat with everyone who are here. You can mention people that are reviewing the meeting using the ads and respond to them. And there are some meeting tools anyway. Unfortunately, for the free version now, you cannot record the meeting. You cannot record. I don't think that feature has been added yet. Yeah, still can record. I want you to note some of the background effects that you could use. Supposing you are joining a meeting and um, you are in your room, you want to hide your background for safety reasons. So you can go to backgrounds, and this blur functions can slightly blur. You can blur it very much using this. You can even add an image as a personal background. Supposing your organization's logo, you can use that. Then also, let me use a background for, well, I can't even show it because of the camera. Then we can choose from any of these professional ones, and Gmail's artificial intelligence will pick your image and put you in one of these backgrounds. And that makes it quite professional to join meetings with, especially if you have to keep your camera on. And then you can share your screen or share documents and things. Also, with this option, you can share what's going on, you can share a window, you can share anything on your entire screen. You can share audio or decide to mute it also. Yeah. So basically, that is all about Google Meet, and we will move on to Google Forms to take feedbacks from events and things like that, and we would end over there. Google Forms. So let's go to Google Forms. We are starting with the and still on this chat. I wanted to create a Google form questionnaire to take data interested and students interested in joining our next field trip to the site. It will generate a series of questions for you. So I'm going to copy this title and I'll put it here. And then the form description, I can put it there. We are embarking on it and whatever is in. Then the questions. We have a first section. So here is how we add the section. I'm going to add, sorry, I'm going to add a section here. So section one. I'll continue directly. So section one can be, sorry, and delete this. Just one can just be there and can continue directly, or do you want it to continue to the next session? This will be personal information. You can briefly describe what it is about, or if not, just go to the questions and you can paste them question by question. So year of study, it will be multiple choice, but you can copy these in there and it will take it as options. It wasn't well edited, that's why. We'll take it as options. You can go on and on and on. Yeah. Now we want these responses to be linked to a Google Sheet, and a Google Sheet is just like your Microsoft Excel. Okay, so I'll link this to a sheet. And ask me, do I want to create a new sheet or have an existing one that I want to use? So this will be a new sheet. Interested students. So I'll create it. And it has been created. Under the settings, you can go to presentation and show what confirmation message should appear. Do you want the respondents to know that your response has been recorded, or they should go on to join a WhatsApp page? You can put the WhatsApp page link here. Then, if you want them to be able to submit more than one response, you can use this. If you want them to see other people who have shown interest, you can view results. Then, if you want to shuffle the questions so that it doesn't go in the same order, especially if you are using it for examination purposes, you can shuffle the question order. If you want to show progress bar to show the person that, oh, you've answered 10% of the questions, you can put that here. Then, if you want to take the emails of the people responding, you can use these two options. Verify. The verify means that Gmail will verify if the email account is correct. So the person will have to sign in. If you want responder inputs to where the people type the email themselves, whether it's valid or not, you can use that. They all have their disadvantages. for the verified, if the person doesn't have Gmail, normally it's difficult to log in purely, and we put people off on responding. Those are some of the things. But if you want them to receive a copy of what they have done, then this must be the verified or the responder input, so that when they request always they can receive a copy of the response that they have done. And if you want them to be able to edit what they have responded, this too should be on. So you sign in, and if you want to limit one response, you have to let them sign in. So the verified answer. So basically, that's the basic things you need to know. And then you can customize this further and choose different color themes. And you can actually add an image. So let's say I'm going to use one of these things, birthday, say a night out, sports and games. Or maybe there. If I want to upload my own image, let's see what is this talk. I can think of it. We will pick up the theme of this color and publish this. That is to say that you are sharing with other people. You can add collaborators. So supposing I want my supervisor to see what is going on, I can add the person here. And you can add the person. The person can be an editor to it, edit the form for the data collection. Can just be a viewer too. So for just the respondents, you can use this to share with them, and you can as well copy the link. This is the link, the respondent link. Sorry, it has to be published. Sorry, I thought I did that. Once you publish, you can copy the link. But even without publishing, you can still copy the link and share with people. So that's with Google Forms. There's one thing that I left out in the Gmail, which I want to revisit. On this, where the two is, you'll find CC and BCC, which is very important in the corporate world. Supposing I'm sending this field report to my immediate supervisor, but I want to keep the head of department in copy because he has to be in copy of all this. I can copy the person. HOD, let's say Westcoast at gmail.com. So the person is in copy of it. It means we receive a copy with this email. It's a way of keeping the person in the loop of what is going on. But you must use it responsibly. You don't just copy people anyhow in emails. Then you can use the blind carbon copy. Supposing I'm using my official email for these things, I want to copy my personal email so that when there's a response, especially if you've not sent your office email to your your phone mobile device, but you want to know that the message has been sent and the delivery was okay, you can also use the blind carbon copy to do that. And if you are sending an email to a number of people, supposing you have a class list of students, you want to send them this form for them to respond to it. You can send a blind copy, and then the two should be the email that they can reply to. So it can be your personal email. You can send this to yourself. and send this to yourself and blind copy all the contacts in the class. Say student1 at gmail.com, student2 at gmail.com, and so on and so forth. That way, everyone will receive a personal email, but will not see the emails of the other students. If they want to respond, all of them will directly respond to you. So this is the last feature I would mention, Gmail. And I think this will be that for today because of our time. We have spent 1 hour, which we are supposed to. I'll just by showing you some resources that you can learn more from. And the first one is going to be my personal YouTube account. So let's go into that. And then another one that is very helpful, especially when it comes to the area of media and technology, which I would like you to also know. So when you hit YouTube, you can search for Yaw Gyasi, and this is my account. This is a recent workshop I did on AI power prompts. You can view it for free. Um, that's my account. I have so many resources available in my playlist over there. Okay. Another person I would want you to look out for is Kevin Ved. So this is the name and this is the image you see. About 3 million subscribers. He has so many videos on technology, on Gmail, on ChatGPT, on Gemini, everything you can think of. I don't need to give you so many sites, but I would say that his channel is more like um, a university you can learn from when it comes to media and technology. He has worked with Microsoft, he's worked with so many organizations, and I mean, he's a master of technology. I will not share so much with you. You can just follow him and learn more from him. So thank you so much. It's been a good time. I've taken 2 minutes extra time. Forgive me for that. I welcome questions now, and I'll be glad to answer.